Okay, Zoli, should we be afraid of aliens?
Oh my God. I always find that's a great question. It deserves a serious answer, but I'm trying not to laugh. Not at you, but at the concept that we are so programmed to our reptilian brain, our limbic system, our emotions to run into the cave away from the big pterodactyl over our head. There's something about our nature that freaks us out about things above us. Even animals, I'll notice with my cat. Cats hate it when it's windy or see things flying overhead. It can be rather treacherous, right? Because people, our eyes are right in front of our head. And so we're going to be looking forward usually or down at our phone. That may change. But here's the thing about what we call aliens. Our source is alien. In my understanding, 18.5 million years ago, a great being was called, this is theosophy, to this earth named Sanat Kumara. 18.5 million years ago. Since then, Earth has been created, recreated over and over. Well, I don't know how many times because I wasn't there. I'm not going to say I know. But it has been several times. There have been floods, there have been myths that talk about these things. How do we know? We don't really, but theosophy to me and the Buddhist esoteric scriptures, Plato, these things are to me good sources. You don't have to believe me. However, there have been times in the past, it is said, where there was communication and interaction with beings on the earth, bipedal things walking around on earth herself. And when you look up ship activity, the universe is huge. Most of our interactions with what people call aliens, I call them off-worlders, are from this solar system. All of the ships are made on Mars. Why? Because they do that. Mars is 3 million years ahead of Earth in evolution because they haven't made the mistakes we have. However, Earth is the only planet in our solar system, it is said, that has produced a Christ. The Christ is the name of the head of hierarchy. So everything is hierarchical. We grow through school, we become bigger, better, stronger. It's all hierarchical. It's like a ladder. Yes, it is. I won't get into that. That's simplistic. But why are we afraid of this? Look at what we do. This earth, and I'm a fan of humanity. I love people, but we're crazy idiots sometimes. Why are you afraid of something that has greater gifts than you, that is all loving, doesn't want to hurt you, and still helps you even though you malign them? These, what we call aliens, are saints. Why would you do that when something wants to kill you and hate you out of fear? Because they know better. They've been through this too. Now, some communities say, well, Earth is isolated because we're so violent. No, we're not isolated. Here's why you can't see these ships and these other people from this solar system. They have evolved out of the five physical senses. You cannot see them unless they drop frequency, slow down their being, their ships, their physical selves, to be able to see them, because all we think is real is the five physical senses. That is also why I believe we have trouble intuiting, understanding psychic ability. the inner worlds, because you can't do it through your physical senses. You have to do it through the inner worlds. Those beings do both naturally. The most evolved planet, the most loving, they say, is Venus. I don't think I am more evolved than anybody else, anybody listening. I'm a people. But the reason I think I intuit and see shifts and patterns, let's look at my astrology chart, is what's called pretty much a natural chart. The chart I have your first house is Aries. I have Mars in the first house, Aries. The second house is Taurus. I have Taurus in the second house. Gemini, third, fourth, Cancer, and on. Half of my chart is the natural chart. So I think I am in tune, apparently, with what is going on, and I am just like you. I'm similar to you. How does that make us different from what people call aliens? Awareness. We are aware, usually, only of what our physical senses tell us. The crop circles, these magnificent things that are created by thought, are messages of love, light, and power to us, of living in harmony and in accordance. We'll get it. Will there be a mass landing on the White House lawn? That's ridiculous. Why would beings who know you're terrified of them want to do something to hurt you and create more fear? Why would beings who continue to clean up the ecological mess of this planet, which they do, and make it habitable for us, why would they want to all of a sudden go, nope, I'm done? I'm going to now go to war with these people and hurt them. Let me tell you, if your greatest fear is a Steven Spielberg movie or a fear based, stupid movie about how aliens are going to hurt you, you kind of deserve what you get. You will never wake up to the beauty of the cosmos and the internet telling you that there's more. And it is on the internet. There are sites that will tell you this. However, please don't believe somebody who says they are an alien. They're not. They may be going through a psychotic break, or they don't know themselves, or they want you to believe it. They're a person. The greatest thing you can be, so say the aliens, is to be a full human. Be yourself. That's how they got where they are. They didn't go bomb other planets and have a space force and do weird and I'm not against Trump's space force. I think I know what he's doing. But the whole idea of sending war into space is why we don't have what's called the mass driver. The mass driver technologically will shoot you into what? Hyperspace? I don't know. I'm not a physicist. We would go out there and create wars everywhere else in the solar system. Would you give a really nice Smith& Wesson M4 1 in 10 to your 4-year-old? Go have fun. No, because you will guard and guide that person. That's what they're doing with us. Your fear of aliens is your fear of yourself. You're terrified of your ability to allow in something bigger than you. The same terror is happening with artificial intelligence. That, by the way, comes from what you call the aliens. The reason they've released this, especially now, is because we really are ready to do this. But we have to grow up emotionally. They don't deal with the two bugaboos I jokingly say we have: gravity and emotions. That is what holds us here. And that gravity of situation, the grave feeling That no, no, if it's not from this earth, it's wrong. That's just bizarre. We will see change. We will see it happening. But if you have a terror of aliens, quit watching movies. Go to some different sites on the internet that will tell you a truth and a beauty, and not from people who say they are the head of the Cosmic Federation. What a big fat liar. How dare you? How dare you? You can't prove that. It's just psychotic. It's a cult saying, I'm better than you. You have to listen to me, and I'm receiving. What they're receiving is astral information. Most of these folks are receiving channeled from the third chakra information from the emotional realm from beings who either want to deceive and control them or who actually believe that that's who they are. There are people there are people in the astral realm in the next stage who believe they're Genghis Khan, and you can channel Genghis Khan, but you're not. So the whole thing is about growing up emotionally to evolve, not devolve out of fear. There is no way you are going to keep that from happening. And what that is so-called aliens opening greater communication with this world. Are there things we shouldn't do? Yeah. Shouldn't get? Yeah. But clearly, get off your phone. When I see kids walking through a crosswalk, and I saw this the other day, I wanted to drive up 5 feet away and just honk the horn of my truck. Wake up. Walking across the street looking at their phone. The light changes, they don't look up, they just walk. Are you kidding? So your whole world is your development. Your whole world is in some way your creation, how you attend to that and how you allow the five physical senses to be used practically and purposefully or to control you. And if you're afraid of aliens controlling you, try putting your phone down for 2 days if you want to see what controls you. So you are, yes, you are being controlled, but it's part of the lesson of letting go. That's my take on it.
That's a really good point, especially about the phones and how, you're being worried about a fear, a non-existent fear when there's plenty to fear right in front of you. And it makes me think about how humans are self-reflecting on how we treat the vulnerable when we think aliens are going to come treat us in such a violent way.
Well, it's a mental virus. It's an emotional virus. How delicious to be afraid of something that you can't see. I've spoken and joked about every now and then a being will appear in the house that I don't know is scare the holy shit out of me. Like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Don't come around the corner like that. So fear is real and we react. I still do it. I had it happen the other day. It doesn't stop, but you're supposed to recover from that. This terror of aliens and this going into space for wars. If you look at Earth, I've said this before, from so called exosphere, wherever you want to look at it from, the common line, 60 something miles up, it's a globe. We're all there. There's nowhere to go. So to fear the grace and magnificence and miracle of beings that can come and go like that with love and dignity and peace, that's just childish.